Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm great. The weather's great here. We're getting a nice break from the snow and the ice. Hope you are too. Get out there and enjoy it while you can, because the winter ain't over yet. But, it can't be much longer, so we'll see. But I thought it was time that I shared a nice little story with you. A Gen X story from back when I was a kid. Kind of a cute little story, and got a little bit of a mystery to it as well. I thought I would share it with you because it's a good memory of mine, and I don't think I've ever told it to anybody. I mean, it's no big thing, but it's like I said, it's kind of fun. It's kind of a cute little story. This goes back to the summer of '84. In those days, we did a lot of camping. I was about 14. I was 14 the summer of '84. And all my friends were around there, 12, 13, 14, 15. We were pretty young. But, we're latchkey kids, so our parents didn't care if we went camping. I just went and asked one time. I thought I would get a no. And my dad was like, well, where are you going? Who you with? And I told him, no problem. And after that, man, every summer we were camping all the time. And we camped on a creek called Muddy Creek. And it was a nice little walk from our neighborhood. It wasn't too far, but it was a decent little walk. No big deal for kids our age. We packed all of our stuff up and we'd go down there and spend the night, take our tents and everything. And it got to be something we did on up until we were driving and until things got out of hand. But that's for another video. But anyway, the summer of '84, we decided we was going camping one night. And I think, there was me and 6 other boys, I think it is. I hope I got that right. And any of my friends, you guys that see this and you were there, if I missed something or got something wrong, let me know. Make sure you comment down below here and tell me what you remember or if I got something wrong. But anyway, everybody has their own tents pretty much, and I think we had one bigger one too for a couple of my buddies were brothers, and I think they brought a bigger tent because I think they shared their tent. I had my own. A couple other buddies, they had their own each little 2-man tents. That's what we always brought. And anyway, we're down there. We get set up and having our fun. Get the fire going, music going. I think I even had a little battery operated television. The screen wasn't, I don't know, this big, 6 by 6 maybe, black and white, but it worked. I can remember watching Dave Letterman sitting on the creek down there. And in 1984, I thought that was pretty darn cool, But we hung out all night doing what we always did. Probably did a little night fishing too. And it gets on late at night. We actually did sleep a little. Believe it or not, we didn't stay up all night. Well, sometimes maybe some of us did. But this night, everybody had turned in. And I was still up. I'm thinking it might have been 3 a.m. by this time. But I was still up. I was probably watching my television. I don't know. But, and outside the fire's still going, and I could see the glare of the fire. It's on my tent. It's on everybody's tents. My tent's closed. It's zipped up because I'm keeping the bugs and the snakes out if I can. And I could hear a couple of my buddies to the left of me. They had their tents next to each other on that side. And on this side, I had a couple of buddies, the brothers, and I think another buddy was with them too. So I think there was 3 in this one tent. It was a little bigger, maybe a 5-man tent. And I'm watching this TV, and I'm hearing my buddies over here on this other side. They're talking to each other through their tents. And I turned my TV down because I could tell the tone of their voice. Something wasn't right. And I could hear them over there. Did you hear that? What was that? And immediately I'm thinking, they're messing around, let them do their thing. I was not interested in it, really. I really just want to go to sleep at this point. But I kept hearing it, and I kept hearing it. And they were getting a little louder about it. And mind you now, the other tent, they're all asleep. As far as I know, I'm not hearing a peep out of any of them. And it goes on for a little more, and all of a sudden, I see two shadows go by, boom, 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 right by my tent. And I'm thinking, you idiots, I'm getting a little irritated, because I was always the one, like, come on, guys. At some point, we need to quit acting foolish and get a little sleep. Anyway, they come, just flying by my tent. So I was like, well, here we go. What now? So I unzip my tent, and I crawl out, a little bit irritated. And they jumped into that other tent with these other guys. And there's office commotion going on in there. And I can hear one of them. He was just kind of woke up. What do you want? Get off of me? And all this stuff going on. I'm laughing because you got to know these people. And finally I walk over there and I'm like, what are y'all doing? Come on, man. Probably had some cuss words in there. But I'm like, guys, what are you doing, man? And they were like, we keep hearing something. Well, I was like, really? We're in the woods. Of course you're going to hear something. No. Something is throwing rocks in the creek. Or somebody is. And I'm like, what? So we finally got everybody calmed down to be quiet for a minute. And we're just sitting there listening. Now, and where we're at, we're right on the creek bank. But from where we came from, you come down a holler. It's a little stream. There's a little trail that goes down it. It's big. On that side where we came from, it's a big hill. Everything's way up. You got to walk down through there, and it's treacherous. It's hard enough to do it in the daylight. And we had to come and cross the creek where we're going to get to the campsite. It's a nice level flat thing. No big trees above us, so we had room. I'm hitting my water bottle. And the water around there is very shallow. On a normal summer, without a bunch of rain or something, the water's, maybe 6 inches, a foot deep. And there's rocks, just nothing but rocks. So, and we just call it ripples, And we would put little boards across and try to walk across without getting wet. So, and you can throw rocks out there, and you can hear the rocks hit the water and then hit the rocks under the water. So, and we were listening, and that's what we were hearing. We know that sound because we've done it a million times. And you can hear it plop and then hit the rocks, and we're thinking, well, what could possibly, unless it's a person, what could possibly be doing that? Now, mind you, like I said, nobody's walking around out there in the dark without a light. You're going to break your neck. I mean, seriously. There's not much of a bank on that other side where we come from. You walk, like I said, it's straight down except where we come through, where the little stream comes down, it feeds into the creek. And we just keep hearing this, and we're talking kind of low because now we're thinking, is somebody here? We're getting kind of scared. We're just kids. And we're like, nobody's going to walk down here at this time of night just to scare us, and risk getting really hurt. I mean, we've gotten hurt out there in the dark, so I know. And behind us is nothing but field. You could drive to us if you really had to. But man, we're way out in the middle of nowhere once we get back here. I mean, there's nobody near. We just keep hearing this and keep hearing this. And finally, I guess the paranoia got the best of us because we just decided, you know what, we're getting the heck out of here. And we didn't bother to grab anything. I mean, maybe, flashlights, we had to have those. Maybe a blanket, I don't know what we took. But I know we left everything, tents, radios, everything. We tried to put the fire out as quick as we could because we didn't want to cause a fire. But we did that, and here we go. Cross that creek. And mind you, we got to cross this creek right where we think whatever this is might be. We still don't, we're not knowing what's going on. So we just got the hell out of there. Climbed all the way back up through that trail. We had to go through, I don't know, two big fields. I mean, it's a pretty long walk just to get to our neighborhood. Now, mind you, this time it's probably 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning. Nobody's going home and beating on their door to try to get in the house. So we walk up the road, and spend most of the rest of that night sitting on a big, I don't know if you guys remember if you had them around here, but there was a big telephone box. Back in those days, they had these big boxes that the telephone company would sit on the side of the road, and it had the big wood platform. This big white box had all of the stuff in for your telephones in those days. That's what we had. We had one up on the corner from my house, and that's where we all went. And we started calling it, for lack of a better term, we started calling it the Goonie Monster, because to us it's a daggone monster out there. Bigfoot, we don't know. I really don't think it was humans. I just don't. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was Bigfoot. Maybe it was. But it was just the most bizarre thing to never know what that was, because we camped out there many times before that and many times after that. Never a thing, never a problem. So it gets told late, man, we are tired and people are wanting to sleep. And right where this phone thing is, across the road is one of my friend's house. He has a garage. It's an open garage, but it's an old garage, gravel floor, but there was a big piece of carpet on it. I think he kind of had it like a little clubhouse. So one of my buddies, he decides, well, I'm going home. He took off walking, and a couple of the brothers, they went, yeah, we're going home. And I was like, well, good luck getting in the house. I'm not waking my parents up and getting killed. So me and my other buddy, we went and got in this garage and slept there. Well, I slept. I think he stayed up all night. Got up the next morning. Me and my buddy walk all the way back down there to the creek. It's daylight. I didn't even go home. I just went on back down there because I had to find out. If it was somebody, they probably took everything we had. And that was the end of that story. But I get down there, everything's fine. Nothing has been touched. Everything is exactly the way we left it. The boom box, everything's there. Finally I go back home, and I get a hold of my buddies later, and I said, y'all can go get your stuff. It's all down there. And we all went and got our stuff. No problem. And that's basically the end of it. But you tell me who was doing that. Do you think some idiot people, now it wasn't no kids, because we were the only kids in the neighborhood. The grown-ups walk all the way back there and just happen to know where we were, or were they just wandering around in the dark by themselves? I don't know. One person, two people, I don't know. We didn't hear nobody walking. We just heard rocks hitting the creek. And I can't think of any animal that can do that. I know probably there's some animals that can probably clap rocks together, maybe. But to hear rocks hit the water, I just don't know. Can a beaver do that? We didn't see any beavers. I never saw a beaver in that creek. Can a raccoon do that? I don't think so. I never saw any bears down there. So I don't think there was bear. Deer ain't going to do it. We saw plenty of deer. Deer's not going to do that. So anyway, after all those, from then on, it was the Goonie Monster. We called everything the Goonie Monster. We would just go down there and camp out and go, now, if y'all hear the Goonie Monster, let me know. But I'll tell you one thing we did do. After that, we never went camping again without taking a gun, because we were hunters anyway. We had a 410, 12 gauge or something with us from then on. And then we camped there, man, until I was a teenager. After I got my license, I started having parties down there. That's for another video. But anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. Did you guys ever do any camping when you were kids and get scared and run home? I don't know, summer '84, the Goonie Monster was down on Muddy Creek, I guess. Anyway, leave your comments below, and I appreciate you guys listening to this crazy story. I know it entertains me probably more than it did you, because I lived it, and I just laughed so hard because all my buddies are so funny, man. You had to have been there, but it was great. And there's actually more to this story, but it's not, I can't tell it on YouTube. And I'm going to start a Patreon for those kind of stories. It's going to be very cheap, but I can't put them just here on YouTube, because there's certain things that I don't want on YouTube, and I don't want people to hear some of this. And YouTube may not like it and strike me or anything too. So anyway, I appreciate y'all listening, And this was my first story time. There's going to be more of those. I'm still going to be doing the home movies and anything Gen X, anything from our time. All of us latchkey kids, we experienced a life that no kid growing up now is ever going to experience. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of share some of this stuff. All right, I'll see you guys on the next video. I love all of you. And as always, y'all please be good to each other. See ya.